dispossessed by Ratnabala. Here's Shilki Devi, who's sideways towards Sangeeta, who again gets dispossessed, and Sabitra was flagged offside. First Nepalese player to play and score in top-tier European League, Sabitra Bhandari. And first ever South Asian player to score a hat-trick in top-tier European League. She's not new to this very ground. And scored twice back in 2016 in the same fixture against Sri Lanka. This is much better from India. Dangmei Grace has got help on the other side, squares it up nicely. And a follow-up coming in from Sangeeta Basfor. Dangmei Grace has... That was a brilliant move from... And just got her right leg on her way through there. Crispin Chetri throwing in the words, throwing in instructions. And Nabeen Yupani on the other side, 1 month old into this new job. And has to go up. It was a red shirt that got the ball in the end. There's Ranjana. Retrieves that. Gets dispossessed. Luckily a blue shirt finds it and hurls it all the way back towards Panthoi Chanu. Preeti Rai. And 21 caps, 22 rather, for Preeti Rai. 5 goals for her. And played for Kickstart FC here in India. Known for her ball control. That's a delightful ball again over the top by Preeti Rai. Sabitra Bhandari strikes, and that's a brilliant tackle. Shilki Devi, absolutely top-notch stuff from her. And that was definitely goal-bound. And again, those two combining. Deepa Shahi. Under the corner. 10 minutes to play in the first half, plus the stoppages. And Deepa targets the back post. And the blue shirt gets it away. Here's Ranjana. And does well to keep the ball in and rolls it down the carpet. Here's Ratnabala. Flies that in the air. Rekha. And still Preeti. 2v1 in the center. Moshmi. And trying to get the ball into those open spaces down the left channel. And Bimla has had a fantastic game so far. Bimla and Samiksha. And they've partnered each other really well. Shilki. Hurried clearance, and that's going to be a corner for India. An opportunity to put some sort of pressure on that back line and the goalkeeper. There have been 2 clear-cut chances created by India in the first half. And testing out the goalkeeper once, and second, not being clinical enough. Here's Ratnabala, keeps it short. Here's Linda. And again, that written ball to Ratnabala never arrived. Nicked off the ball there. Linda.com. 2v1 in that corner. Sabitra Bhandari gets it back. Sangeeta trying to stop her down. Deepa Shahi has made that run. Doesn't have help towards the other side. Knocks the ball into those open spaces. Rekha Paudel nearly was out of reach in the end. Did her best to fly herself back into the penalty area there. And that's what happens when you provide that half yard to somebody like a Sabitra Bhandari, who's going to be on it in a flash. Here's Pyari. Again, outnumbered, giving the ball away. Rekha for Preeti. Toe pokes it towards Sabitra. Has got an option towards the right in Sabita. Threads it through again towards Sabitra. Mosmi wins it back. Here's Linda Com. Slotted in wide towards the left. Back with Mosmi. Has got Pyari in front. Knocks it back towards Ratan Bala, who flies one towards Dangmei Grace, who had made that run down the right corner. Rekha. Sabitra. Still Sabitra. And the angle was always taking it wide of the target. Was forced to go wide there. And given away the possession far too cheaply there. Still got about 6 minutes left in the first half. And India need a response. Desperate defending there, making sure the ball is knocked out. We've got two red shirts waiting inside the box for those crosses. Sabitra Bhandari, Rekha Paudel, the two experienced campaigners for Nepal. There's been 12 goals in 20 odd appearances for Rekha Paudel as well. And most of these players are no alien to the conditions. Has been heavily involved with the IWL, the likes of Sabitra Bhandari, who's won 3 championships, once with Setu and twice with Gokulam Kerala. Rekha, of course, was involved with Sports Odisha. Here's Sabitra, lays it off. Deepa Shahi couldn't quite strike it clean. Good defensive work there, but the flag had gone up anyways. Wouldn't have counted. Had to carve it. And coming out of that chaos, Nirmala launches that one towards Linda Com. Hasn't had enough of service. Linda Com. There's Pyari. Again, loses out on possession. Rekha Paudel thumps one down the ground. Preeti was anticipating the run coming in from Sabita Rana, which wasn't there to be seen. Martina gives it straight back to a red shirt. Here's Renuka, Rekha still giving it a chase. Nirmala. Shepherd's that one really nice. 2 minutes and a thick bit left in the first half. Rathanbala. Deepa. It's a brilliant first touch. Sumitra Bhandari. That's a brilliant save. Panthoi Chanu might have just kept India in the contest. What a delightful ball that was from Deepa Shahi. And that's what she brings to the table. Sumitra Bhandari, a delightful first touch, and it was all about Panthoi in the end. Taken away by Pyari Khakha. Zlinda. Couldn't quite get hold of it. Joe pokes it towards Tangmei Grace. And the shot comes in. Oh my word! Panthoi was absolutely alert to it. Sabitra, she stayed on side there. She knew it even before the flag and the whistle had gone in. Moshmi against Pooja Rana. Here comes Dangmei Grace with a cross. And comfortably held in the end. They've come close. India, not close enough. And leaves it for Panthoi Chanu. And comes out of her spot and grabs that one in the end. Still got a few seconds left in the first half, plus the injury time to follow. And this game is truly living up to its expectations. Manmaya. Preeti. Still Preeti brings it down. Rathanbala takes it away. There's Shilki Devi looking up for options. Doesn't find one. Has to go sideways. Just 1 minute has been added on as the stoppages. There's been hardly to any stoppages in the first 45 minutes. A flick on. Fortunate for her, it went straight through to Panthoi Chanu and didn't land in front of her Sumitra Bhandari. Linda out-muscled by Renuka there. Sabita. Deepa Shahi back towards Sabita. Holds on to her stance is Renuka. The first touch letting her down. And Sangeeta again gives it away. And Pyari again driving forward with Linda towards her right and held back. So that's the end of first set of 45, says the ref. And what an entertaining first half it has been. Who else but Sabitra Bhandari striking the first blow inside 2 minutes. And they had their fair share of chances towards the back end of the first half, but India did manage to get one strike, one clean strike towards the target, making the goalkeeper work. That was a brilliant save from Anjana Rana to keep out Rathanbala Devi. And other than that, there have been a couple of opportunities created from The crosses haven't been clinical enough from India's perspective. Nepal did have a chance of their own towards the last 5 minutes. India will have to come back strongly in the second set of 45 to try and bring this game back to parity. Welcome back to all the viewers who are tuning in, who have stayed back with us. Nepal find themselves ahead after the end of the first half, courtesy a goal coming in from Sabitra Devi in the second minute of the contest. They've had their chances towards the back end of the first half. And India did keep a couple of shots towards the target, but couldn't quite find that breakthrough or that equalizer in the first set of 45. And it's going to be an enthralling second half. For all the viewers who are tuning in, this is a Tri-Nation tournament involving India, Iran and Nepal. Iran have been crowned the champions after winning 2 consecutive games. First beating India 2-0 and then overpowering Nepal 3-0. An opportunity for both the sides to rebound from their last defeats. We go again for the second half of this fixture. India going from right to left on your screens. It's going to be very important for the girls in blue to start off on a positive note here. They've picked up on the intensity as the game has progressed. Sabita, unfortunately, the ball sticks on her side and she's away here. Here's Sabita, who looks to cross and cuts it back to change his footing. That has just allowed enough time for the defense to knock it away. And Pyari was brought in as a substitute at about 20th minute mark. Sabita again. This is Sabitra. Heavy first touch allows Ratnabala Devi with the clearance. Preeti picks out Rekha Paurel. Just knocks it forward from a weird angle. Panthoi Chanu made a very good save right towards the end of the first half. Sabitra Bhandari was definitely in with a shout there. Lateral ball from Deepa Shahi to find her. It's a good preparation for the next year's AFC Champions Cup for India. Testing out a few players, giving opportunities to a lot of youngsters. This was the moment, and that is what separates these two teams at the moment. It was a brilliant ball to spot the run. And the finish was absolutely marvelous. Ranjana gets dispossessed. Sabita for Sabitra. They will have the ball here, Nepal. She's enjoyed the first couple of minutes here. Sabita Rana. Seen a lot of it. And again, is chipping it over that defense to find the number 9. Pooja. Back with Pooja again, who hoists that one in the air. Sangeeta with the clearance. They'll get it out surely this time. Dangme. Moshmi. Sangeeta Basfor. Ratnabala. Looking up for options. Going lateral again towards Nirmala. Chips one forward towards Linda Com. Nepal ball. They will be in Indonesia in the last week of November. Nepal will be competing in the Tri-Nation tournament involving the host Indonesia, Nepal, and Chinese Taipei. Play on 26th November and the 3rd of December. And Pyari swapped out position with Linda Kom with the start of the second half here. Linda started from the left, has slotted towards the right. Manmaya trying for a flick on there, expecting the arrival of Deepa Shahi, Savitra Bhandari. India gets the ball. Can they try and bring it forward? Again, lacking a bit of fluency in terms of the transitions. Haven't seen that proper link up. Still trying to get the likes of Linda and Preeti into those sort of spaces from where they can affect the game. Ranjana Chanu, one of the most experienced defenders currently with the squad. 44 caps for her. Martina finds Nirmala. And again dabs it forward. Gets dispossessed. Deepa. India win the ball back. Nirmala again. Fired away by Linda towards Pyari. Here's Dangme Grace. Gets into those open spaces. Here's Moshmi. Lets it fly with the left. I'm not quite sure if going for the target was the right option there. When Pyari was open. Was unmarked, which she was calling for it. Moshmi had other ideas. In the end, it all comes down to decision making. And she's had a good game. Anjana Rana. There's a blinder of a save to deny Ratan Bala. Goes airborne. There's Rekha. It looked like for a moment she was in with a chance there. Doing dangerously with those long balls, India. One ball over the defense has been the problem. It's a delightful ball to carve out that back line. Here's Abita with a cross towards the back post. Moshmi brings it out of danger. It's Dangme Grace. Moshmi. That long ball was the downfall in the first half when they conceded. There's been a bit of a problem in this fixture. Haven't been able to deal with the way they would have liked. And this time opening that right flank. She's had quite a bit of second half. Sabita has been driving forward at will and finding herself into right side of spaces. And they'll have to keep themselves on the ball here, India. Nepal are pretty swift with their counter attacks. It's Linda Com against Pooja Rana. Shielding the ball here, outnumbered on that occasion. Still Linda. Preeti Rai, a swift touch and a turn. And lets it fly forward. Here's Sabita Bandwari giving it a chase. And that was well read by the goalkeeper. And that's the point I was trying to make a short while back on the counter. Just one pickup, one pass, and the number 9 is definitely in. And back with Renuka through Pooja. Again, a bit sloppy there from Ranjana Chanu. His Sabita takes a touch. Couldn't quite hold on to it. And brings it down. Nirmala gets it back to safety. And Preeti Rai plays it down the line towards Sabitra. There's Rekha now into the act, one-on-one with Nirmala down the left side. Haven't been able to come out of their strides as yet, India, in the second half. Still got the likes of Karishma sitting out on the bench. Still need that midfield to try and get as fluid as they can and get Pyari and Linda on the ball, which we haven't seen enough. Here's Preeti. He's been instrumental in their build-up. He finds Sabita once again. Sabita against Ranjana and does well. Here's Linda. Dangme goes for it and couldn't quite win the ball back. Here's Preeti Rai. Doesn't have an option to turn. Here's Pooja for the support. Back with Preeti. And still Preeti. And taken away momentarily, but won back by Nepal straight away. And that is something they've done so well. Here's Manmaya. And Sabitra. And drops in deep to try and create. Does one with a chip towards Deepa Shahi. And Preeti on the ball once again against Ratan Bala. Preeti with the outside of her right foot. Couldn't quite penetrate through. Here's Moshmi now. Again, that first touch. It's Rekha. Sabitra is making that run inside the box. Across towards Sabitra. Takes it down. Leaves it for Deepa Shahi, who couldn't quite catch it clean. Another brilliant move from Nepal, but Deepa Shahi at the moment has hit the turf and the ref has straight away pointed towards the bench. Another substitute for India. Moshmi is going to come out. Karishma will get her opportunity. Nabeen Nyopane would be delighted with the kind of position his side is in at the moment. Still got 30 minutes to go. And they would definitely be looking to score a couple more and try and take this game far and far away from India's reach. Yes, Karishma with her first involvement. Karishma, Linda and Pyari. And the kind of 11 India would have otherwise expected to start off with. It's Preeti. It's Renuka. Renuka, Preeti, Deepa. They have run that midfield, commanded the ball. They controlled it beautifully. Outside of the right foot again, Sabitra Bhandari trying to get Rekha Powder involved. It's Renuka. Back with Preeti, who looks up. Deepa, a lot of space ahead for Sabita. Has got an overlapping run coming in from Pooja. Now Sabita overlaps. The ball from Deepa Shahi doesn't arrive. Sangeeta gets intercepted. Back with Preeti again. Here's Deepa Shahi to Preeti. Has got an option towards the left. Draws in a tackle there. And that is going to be a free kick in favor of Nepal for that challenge coming on. Preeti from Sangeeta Basfor. Not quite sure if she got the ball in that occasion. Flung straight into Preeti Rai and is in need of some assistance. Santosh Malti Munda, Lisham Bibina Devi, Kiran Pista, and Lunda Chanu sitting out on the bench. We added 3 players to the squad for the second fixture. India. Julan coming in from the under-17. Captain that side, plays in the midfield. And decide to qualify for the Asian Cup earlier this month. We'll have to wait and see if Crispin Chetri sticks towards giving some game time to all the junior players involved. Here's Sabitra, the strikes, and Sabitra! The net quivers in delight for the second time this evening. What a strike that is! Sabitra Bhandari. This fixture has seen it all in the past, and it has seen it again today. Over the wall, might have flicked something on his way through. And Nepal, well and truly, would believe now. Oh my word, what an absolute screamer. India, can they try and conjure something from here on? Nepal, their tails will be up. And pushes one out into those open spaces towards the far right for Preeti to chase that for Priya. Pyari, beg your pardon. "64 minutes have been ticked off Ranjana again goes with the long ball forward. You'll have to go as back as 2019 to see an India win against Nepal. And that was in the finals of the SAF Women's Championship. And since then, there's been a couple of draws and a couple of wins in favor of Nepal. And tonight could just be another addition if it stays the way it is at the moment. They came here with a purpose and they are playing that way. No rush whatsoever. Anjana Rana. It's going to be all about game management. It's a long way to go, but India will have to try and inspire themselves to get one back at the earliest. They've got the firepower on the pitch. They'll have to believe. It's Ratan Bala. Again, going sideways or to the back. Martina. Nirmala. And press from Preeti. Forces Ratan Bala to go sideways. Shilki. Back with Ranjana. Down the line for Karishma. Here's Linda. One-on-one with Sabita. The area was right. Karishma couldn't quite get to the end of the ball. Good to see a decent turnout for this fixture. It's a rivalry that has garnered a lot of attention in recent times, especially after that last game back in Kathmandu 2024. It's played in front of a capacity crowd of nearly 16,000. Sabitra Bhandari adds 2 more to her tally. Has made the move from Europe to Australia. There's Renuka, who strikes from outside the box. They're not shy away from taking those shots on target. Karishma dropping deep to try and help out the defense. Here's Linda Com. Drops it and makes a move back. Nirmala stepping up, lobs that one in the air. Tangme for Sangeeta. There's Ranjana for Pyari. Renuka intercepts. Linda gets the possession momentarily. Here's Pyari. Anjana Rana makes sure she makes herself absolutely big and latches that onto that one quite comfortably in the end. I'm not quite sure if she was going for the target or a cut back towards the arriving blue shirts inside the box. 20 more minutes for India to get a repost here. The captain, the coach would be mightily pleased with the kind of performance the team has showcased, both individually and as a collective unit. Scored goals left, right, and centre in the RWL. Savitra Bhandari has finished top scorer on all the 3 occasions she's played. Has been the champions on those 3 times. Raked up 62 in 24 games. Has made a move to Wellington Phoenix on a 2-year contract. Smartina. Time is running out for India. We'll have to try and dominate the possession for the next 20 minutes. And try and get something out of the box here. Keep themselves on the ball and get the likes of Tangmay Grace